Hello Internet, my name is Bobo. I like X-Men now. I recently watched X-Men 97 and a few episodes of the original series, and I enjoyed it. It feels like G1 Transformers, but Marvel. I've never really been an X-Men person, but with all this stuff coming out, I gave it a shot, and I've enjoyed what I've seen. I even watched a few of the old movies, and I enjoyed those too. Maybe I'll even check out some of the Oh hey, Superman's back! Today we're looking at the X-Men 97, Cyclopes, and Goblin Queen. While I don't know too much about either, I know enough to think they're pretty cool. Let's start with Scott. I'm convinced the universe just hates him. He tries to do his best, but then any piece of media just decides he sucks. In the Fox movies, Wolverine just hates him for no reason. Yes, I get Cyclops and Jean are a thing in that movie, but that's Logan's problem. He didn't actually do anything to him, but he still decides to steal his car and bike out of spite, Jean dies, and then he gets killed in the third movie and is barely mentioned again. All of that convinced me that he is my favorite character, and I needed this. This is based on his appearance from X-Men 97, which is similar to his look from the original show, and some comics I haven't read. I think it's a fun look. There's something satisfying about the simplistic blues and just lack of detail. It's similar to why I enjoy G1 Transformers. There's something nice about the basic blue with yellow straps on it. Do I know why he has it? No, but it works for some reason. It's also what he looks like in the show, and the show's really good. I know people have had some issues with the face, but it's grown on me. Maybe it's because I don't own the VHS version, but I'm fine with it looking like this. It's got this younger, rounder look to it versus the harsh square that is the VHS version. I think both look great, so I don't mind having this one. Though that doesn't really make much sense since the VHS version should be based on the younger look since the original show takes place before 97, but you know what? Don't think too hard about it. Now for accessories, he comes with this alternate head that includes an I-beam effect. This is great. It gives him the ability to get into some really cool action poses. His whole thing is shooting I-beams, and without that, well, you could get some truly dynamic standing. Look at him stand and yell at Wolverine with this hole in his head. Okay, while Logan might say this is accurate, I do wish we got a normal head or something to fill in this gap. It's a cool expression. I would like to use it for more than just shooting. He also comes with some alternate hands. 2 open hands, 2 fists, and 1 to activate the death laser. These are great and provide a lot more options for posing. But that's it. You get nothing else. And while I wish we got more, this isn't bad. You can do a lot with it, especially with how good the articulation is. It's pretty standard with a ball hinge at the head, arms rotate, move out, arm rotation, double jointed elbows, hands that can move in and out. There are some decent butterfly joints, but you can't really get much movement out of it. Waist swivel, and an ab crunch. I really like how the yellow strap is actually 2 parts, but just gives the illusion of being one. It allows for it to be solid and have some good movement. Legs kick out decently far, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, boot rotation, and ankle pivot. It's the standard male articulation, but this is the first standard male Marvel Legends body I have, somehow, and it's fun to mess around with. Now I can just have him and Logan fight to the death till the end of time. Now I did have one major problem, and that was the right leg. It was extremely tight out of the box and would not move. I got it fixed now, but just be mindful if you end up picking this up for yourself. Be careful not to break the leg. Aside from that, 8 out of 10. Next we got Goblin Queen, also known as Madeline Pryor. I had no idea who this was before, but now I know she's a clone of Jean Grey who has all her memories and acted like a sleeper agent. Wait, I feel like we just talked about something similar. Anyways, when watching the show, I had one thought. Wait, did they create a clone of Jean just so that both Logan and Scott can have their own? Turns out, no. Scott just gets 2 genes while Logan gets none. This is Marvel's apology for his tortured existence. Now let's talk about the figure itself. I chose to get this because I wanted both Scott and Jean, but the normal Jean head had a bit of jank to it. It's not bad at all and certainly an improvement over the VHS figure, but Madeline has an excellent head sculpt, easily one of the best Marvel Legends has ever done. Everything else is just kinda okay. The new sculpt for the rest of the body is pretty good, but the articulation is pretty limited. She has double jointed elbows and knees, but the torso is extremely limited. The legs don't have the best range either, and for me at least, she's a pain to stand. She has heels which already makes it hard to balance, the ankle pivot isn't that great, and on my figure at least, the left knee joint is extremely loose. Huh, these two have the opposite problem on the same leg. What a perfect couple, they truly balance each other out. Okay, but that left leg problem is probably just a me thing. Once I get that sorted out, it'll be fine. So while her articulation isn't that great, she can certainly do some advanced pointing. It greatly benefits from her accessories, which include magic effect parts. They are probably reused from somewhere, but it does give the illusion of her doing some kind of magic. She also has some open hands and fists, perfect for magic and close range combat. The last thing she comes with is a baby Nathaniel, and it's pretty good. I doubt I'll ever use it since Madeline can barely stand on her own, but it's pretty good. That describes the figure overall. It's pretty good, but it would benefit from a flight stand. She does fly in that episode, so it would be accurate, and you don't need to deal with her falling over. I give this figure a 7 out of 10. Good when it works, but it's a pain to get her to look good. If you can find these two, I definitely say they're worth picking up. The whole X-Men 97 subline has been great, at least in my opinion. But I only picked up these two since I don't really need all of the X-Men. I already have a pretty decent Wolverine. It's not the 97 version, but it works decently enough for a Wolverine in the X-Men version, which is a show I plan on watching soon. Though I find it funny how this subline has had 2 waves of 6 figures each and somehow still hasn't finished the whole team. So far, some of my other favorites have been Jubilee and Beast. Guess which ones they haven't made yet. But I am a bit happy about it, so I don't have to spend so much money on them. I also just want to see a good Jubilee. The heads on the 97 figures have been excellent, and if anyone needs a major head upgrade, it's Jubilee. Beast, though, has been pretty good. All they really need to do is re-release him with a new head and some new accessories. So those are my thoughts on these figures. I think they aren't perfect, but they are really good. Who knows, maybe this has corrupted me into being an X-Men fan. I really should go learn more about them by checking out the Oh hey, a new Batman show!